All right, let's bring in Mark Meadows, former White House Chief of Staff and CPI Senior Partner, and Mark Penn, former Clinton advisor and pollster. Great to have both of you with us today. Mark Penn, I'll start with you, if I may, and let's start by playing a little bit more of the Democrats' reaction on Capitol Hill to the Mamdani visit. Watch.
It's just beautiful to have someone who is so authentic. You know, that's money cannot buy that.
Is the party moving more in a socialist direction? It's a question by the media to try to stigmatize the Democratic Party.
Anybody that's staying out at this point instead of endorsing this incredible dynamic leader is missing an opportunity.
All right, Mark Penn, you hear it. Better jump on the bandwagon is the message from those lawmakers. What do you say?
I think this is a real danger for the Democratic Party. There's no question that Mamdani is socialist and has expressed views that, if not anti-Semitic, are certainly frightening to most Jews. Does not disavow globalized intifada, even though people tried to say he was going to do that today. He didn't, which means kill Jews. I mean, this is really frightening for the party. And, you know, the party should not be a big tent that takes anyone. The party should be a tent that believes in progressive free enterprise, not in socialism.
So, Mark Meadows, there's a lot of discussion about what the reaction among the GOP should be to this. And I want to pull up what Bret Stephens wrote about in his editorial yesterday. He talks about, he says, Mamdani for mayor if you want to help the Republicans. And this is the quote. Remember when Ronald Reagan ran against the San Francisco Democrats in 1984 and carried 49 states? Get ready for the GOP to run against Mamdani Democrats for several election cycles to come. What's your take on that?
Well, obviously, it is extremely troubling for the Democrat Party. They have no leader, and so as we look at that, it could be good for the GOP. But I want a bit of caution there, Martha. One of the keys, we've got a huge operation. The DNC has millions of dollars. You know, you didn't have to look any further than getting rid of Joe Biden and putting in Kamala Harris to understand the power that they have, and yet to underestimate that they have no captain of their ship. It's a rudderless ship. That AOC took on Joe Crowley back in 2018 and became now the voice. And now they're bringing in a candidate, not even an elected official, as this charismatic leader. I think it'll be good for the GOP only because they're embracing socialism. They're embracing these extreme ideas. But we ought not just sit back and take it for granted. These ideas are becoming part of the mainstream of the Democratic Party, and we need to call it out for what it is.
So, Mark Penn, I'm curious what you think about the Democratic Party embracing him on Capitol Hill today and getting involved in this fight in New York City for the mayor's race. And then President Trump was asked yesterday what he thought. And we know that he's had some friendly interactions with the current mayor, Eric Adams, in the past. But then he was asked about Cuomo, and he said, well, I think he should stay in the race. What do you think about, you know, sort of the big tops of the party's involvement in this race, and about Cuomo and Adams?
Well, this is really something in which I hope Democrats, Republicans, and independents will come together on. That the fact that he won the primary doesn't mean that he got elected. Normally in New York City, we would have had a runoff among the top two candidates. You've got Cuomo and Adams who are still in the race. I think this is an opportunity for actually bipartisan centrist action to prevent a major city from going into socialist hands. And I think that's something that a lot of voters can agree upon. And that party that you saw today, that was the left wing of the party. That wasn't the entire party. You're still seeing Schumer and the leaders kind of standing back and understanding that you can't really endorse somebody who endorses globalizing the intifada.
All right, Mark Penn, Mark Meadows, thank you both. Good to see you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.